Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gethsemane 7 at 7. 7 minutes of hope and 7 minutes of encouragement. I want to just welcome everybody that will join, that has joined or will be joining. I just want to say hi, God bless you, and let's get right into it. So we are still continuing our series on in the Don't Stop Believing series. I don't know why couldn't get that out, but our Don't Stop Believing series. And last Sunday, Pastor John preached on In the Power of Love. And one of the things that Pastor John said was that if you cannot, or if you don't understand the love of God, you cannot operate in the faith of God. In Galatians chapter 6, chapter 5, verse 6, it says, in the Amplified, it says, if we are in Christ Jesus, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision counts for anything. And this is out of the Amplified, but only faith activated and energized and expressed and working through love. Now think about it. The only thing that counts in the eyes of God, the only thing, it doesn't matter what denomination, it doesn't matter what religion, it doesn't matter if you're Jew, Gentile, it doesn't matter what it is. The only thing that matters to God is faith working through love. God is not impressed with any of our works unless they stem from faith. He's not impressed with anything that we do unless we believe in Him. In Hebrews, it tells us that without faith, it's impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to Him must believe that He exists and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. So God is not impressed with good works. God is impressed with us living our life out in faith. And I like that statement that John made, because Jesus even demonstrated that, or talked a little bit about it in Mark chapter 11, verses when Jesus cursed the fig tree. Jesus was walking, and it says that he was hungry in Mark chapter 11, and it says that Jesus, when he walked by a fig tree, or he saw a fig tree from afar, went to the fig tree. And when he went to the fig tree, it didn't have any figs on it. And Jesus ends up cursing the roots. He said, may no one ever eat from you again. And then he went to the temple. We know the story that he went out and he cleaned out the temple, turned over the tables, the money changers, got upset because they were using it for a marketplace. And he said, my Father's house shall be called a house of prayer. So he was a little upset about it, and I can understand that. That's his Father's house. They turned it into a convenience store. It was not supposed to be that way. But as they were walking back, Peter noticed that the fig tree that Jesus had cursed had withered from the roots. And in verse 22, and I'm going to be reading this out of the Amplified, Jesus said, and saying to Jesus, he said to them, Jesus saying that, have faith in God continually. Not just sometimes, not just a part time. So I believe a lot of Christians exercise faith when they're in trouble, and they don't exercise faith any other time, except when they find themselves in a pinch. And this Don't Stop Believing series means that we should be believing all the time. Hey, Miss Shirley, how you doing? So we have to start exercising faith. I think every day we should be believing God for something. I think every day we should be believing God, whether it's for something for somebody else, which would be the best thing. Because, when you think about it, I'm a child of God. I have access to the kingdom. So there isn't anything left outside of what I need, or it's all available to me. What I need to do is be believing God for other people around me who don't know God, who need somebody exercising faith on their behalf. Jesus said this in verse 23. He said, I tell you, whoever says to this mountain, be lifted up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says shall take place, it will be done for him. He said, for this reason, I am telling you that whatever you ask for in prayer, believe, trust, and be confident that it is granted to you, and you will get it. Then he makes this statement. He says, and whenever you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him and let it drop. leave it, let it go, in order that your Father who is in heaven may also forgive you your own failings and shortcomings and let them drop. I don't know about you, but I want God to let my shortcomings and failures drop. Which the thing is that He's already forgiven us for everything. But when we think about it, how many times have we been praying and somebody come up to us in prayer that maybe we have issue with, or have fault with, and it really does hinder your prayer if you do not walk in love and do not walk in forgiveness. I saw a circumstance the other day where somebody was hurt over an issue, and the amazing thing was is they let it go right away. They let it drop, and they wasn't going to keep that record against them. And that's what love does. Love keeps no record of wrongs for anybody. God's not keeping a tally of everything that you've done wrong in your life. And we, as children of God, should not keep a tally of everything that somebody else has done wrong to us. Because when we do, it keeps us from operating in the faith of God. See, when we don't understand the love of God, that He has already forgiven everybody, we can't walk in that faith of God. And I love that the way John said that. We don't understand the love of God. We're not going to be able to walk in the faith of God. And I want to walk in the faith of God. We're told that the just shall live by faith. That I'm a born-again believer. I have the faith of God residing on the inside of me. Not only do I have the faith of God residing in me, but I have the love of God. That love that's in me should be coming out, and it energizes or empowers faith to do its job. When you think about it, you have God's faith. He said, if you believe in your heart, because in Romans it tells us it's with the heart that man believes. And if we speak something out or pray for something, Jesus said that if we believe that we receive it, it will be done for us. It's hard to believe that you receive something if you're holding something against somebody else. But the love of God that's shed abroad in our heart causes us to let those things go and let them drop, knowing that God has already forgiven them. He said in Hebrews chapter 10, talking about the new covenant, He says, and I will remember their sins no more. I like being on the remembering sins no more side. He doesn't remember anything I've ever done wrong. If I were to go to Him and say, hey, you remember when I did this? He's going to say, no, I don't remember. And we shouldn't remember all the wrongs and the things that have been done to us, because it'll hinder us from being able to believe God for somebody else. Well, that's my time. I know I've gone over a little bit, but it was good anyway. I love you. God bless you. And I want to thank you for joining.